huge welcome back to Stace Does Travel, and a huge welcome to a little bit of a different video for me. So as a lot of you already know, I am heading over to Asia at the end of this year. So part of this trip I will be heading to Osaka, which would be 2 days in Osaka and then 2 days at Universal Studios Japan. So I thought I'd make a little video about basically how I planned this part of the trip. So if you were planning something similar, that hopefully it'll help you in your planning of your trip. I'm going to try and cover as much as I can, as quickly as I can, but I'm basically going to try and cover like how I booked it, the flights, the hotels, the tickets for Universal, what we're going to do in Osaka, how we're going to book it, how we're going to get around, and just as much as I can basically cover to give you guys as much information as I can. So if you want to visit Osaka in the future and do a similar trip or something different, you at least have a rough idea of where to start. Okay, so first things first, how are we actually getting to Osaka? So we are flying over. We are flying with Air China, and we do have a layover in Shanghai as part of our first flight. So we are going from London Gatwick to Shanghai, which is, I'm just going to look at my laptop that has all the information, 11 hours and 15 minutes. And then we've got a 6-hour layover in Shanghai, which is going to be painful, but it's okay. And then from Shanghai over to Osaka is 2 hours and 25 minutes. So a very, very, very long travel day. By the time you add up, the time getting to the airport, the time sat at the airport, the flight, the layover, the second flight and getting to the hotel, you're talking 24 hours plus probably. So it's going to be a very long travel day, but so worth it. So with Air China as well, you actually do get 2 pieces of luggage, which is amazing. So not so much for the way out, but the way home, I think we might need that. So I personally will be taking a suitcase in a suitcase. Just so that if I do need the extra space coming home, we have the option of the extra piece of baggage. And yeah, I can take another suitcase with me, which is awesome. You do also have a meal service on both flights, which is awesome because the second one's 2.5 hours. So, we weren't expecting to be fed, but we will be fed, which is lovely. So yes, we are flying with Air China with a layover in Shanghai to get to Osaka. So the next part of this already very hectic travel day is getting from the airport to our hotel. I'm not going to disclose where we're staying just yet, purely because this is going to come out before our trip. Safety, security, it's a foreign country, a strange place to us. I just want to be as safe as possible. But we are staying in 2 different hotels while we're in Osaka. The first one is near Shin Osaka Station. That is all I'm going to say. So we are going to be attempting to get the trains from the airport to the hotel, which I am very, very nervous about. There are a couple of different options, so I can't say get this train, and then this train, purely because when I've looked before, there is like 6 or 7 different ways of doing it and different train lines that you can jump on depending on what time you arrive at the train station. So I'd love to say, this is how to do it, but the reality is when we arrive at the train station, I'll just be opening Google Maps and doing what Google Maps tells me to do. I was really debating getting us a private transfer, but we were looking at about £80, whereas I think the train costs about £6. So we're going to try it. I don't know how it's going to go. I'm really, really, really nervous about it because I fear the trains in Japan have quite a lot of rules and regulations, and there's a lot of different things you have to do to respect, the people who live there, which is absolutely fine by me. I will follow all of the rules, but we're obviously going to be having big suitcases with us, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the people who live there by lugging my big suitcase around. I know it's fine and we're coming from the airport and people won't probably bat an eyelid, but I want to be as respectful as I can to the people of Japan because it's their country. I am a foreigner coming into their country, so we are going to try our best in the trains. I am absolutely nervous. We may end up booking a private transfer close to the time just to have the worry off our shoulder. But for now, we are getting the trains from Kansai Airport over to Shin Osaka Station, and then we will be making our way to our hotel, which I'm not going to tell you about just yet. So as I mentioned at the start of this video, we actually have 4 days in Osaka. So we have 2 in actual Osaka and then 2 at Universal Studios. Well, technically we sort of have 1.5 in Osaka. Maybe I might just call it 1, purely because our flight lands at 3 p.m. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get through the airport and to the hotel. So I'm not really counting that as a day. If we do happen to get some stuff done in the evening, amazing. But if not, it's not the end of the world. But in order to have an itinerary for our one Osaka day that we will be there and we will be exploring, I used ChatGPT. I'm not gonna lie, I did loads of research online before. I got really overwhelmed. There's so much information out there, and I thought I'm just gonna type it into ChatGPT and see what it spits out. So I literally typed into ChatGPT, write me a 1-day itinerary starting from ... hotel and ending at ... hotel, at 8 a.m. in the morning till 9 p.m. at night, and it spat out an itinerary quite happily, and it was amazing. So I'm just going to quickly look at you and then look at that. So what we've got is we're starting at Osaka Castle, which I'm really excited to see because it looks really beautiful over there, and it actually tells you exactly how to get there. So it says take this line, transfer to this line, and then it's a brief walk. So I think it's fab how it gives you everything that you need to know. From there we will be going to the Umeda Sky Building. We will be buying tickets for this. I haven't done it quite yet, but they are working out about £10. There are loads of different sites you can get them from. I think the ones we're probably going to buy is from Get Your Guide though, purely because I think they were the cheapest ones I actually found. So yes, we will be going to the Umeda, I don't know how to say it, Sky Building. After that, we will be going to, I'm going to butcher so many of these names, Kuromon Ichiba Market. For some lunch apparently, and again it gives me all of the ways to get from the Umeda Sky Building to this market. Following that, we are off to Dontonbori district, which is sort of like a food and entertainment district type thing, so that looks really fun. And then in the evening we are doing Shinsekai and Sutenkaku Tower. Don't quote me on how I'm saying any of this, I have no idea, literally no idea. And then we are ending our evening on the Temposen Ferris wheel, apparently. And then from there we will head back to our hotel. So again, this is all made by ChatGPT, things might change. I haven't actually had a chance to really sit down and like hash out an itinerary, so that's our itinerary right now. Things might change by the time we go, you know, we might see something else we want to do, we might shuffle things around. But currently that is what ChatGPT has given me, and that's what I'm rolling with. So if you're really overwhelmed about planning like I am, like I love planning stuff like this, but also an unfamiliar place it's a lot, it's quite daunting, it's quite scary. So ChatGPT has helped me out there, and I'm not mad about it, I'm not gonna lie. So the day after our full day in Osaka, we are at Universal Studios Japan, which is really, really exciting. We are staying in Osaka the night before, so we do actually have to make our way to Universal the next day. We're probably going to forward our luggage, because this is a big thing in Japan. If you didn't already know, you can forward your luggage basically to anywhere you need to. So like our hotel will forward our luggage to the next hotel. Sometimes it can be same day, sometimes it could be next day, depending on when you do it. So I probably need to look into that, because right now that's our plan. And then we can just go straight into the Universal parks and enjoy the day and then not have to worry about our luggage. But if that doesn't quite work out, we can just take our luggage. We're probably going to get the train over. I think it said it takes about 40 minutes. Again, don't ask me what line, because it had so many different ones depending on what time you travel. But there is a way to get from like the centre of Osaka to Universal Studios Japan. Again, I'm not sharing what hotel I'm staying at. It'll all be revealed in the vlogs when they come out, so later this year. But we are on site at Universal, and that's all I'm going to say, because there's obviously a couple of hotels. I will let you make your assumptions. But yes, we are staying on site at one of the Universal hotels, which I'm really excited for. And in all honesty, we weren't going to. I was just going to get like, you know, a cheaper hotel a little bit further away. But then I thought, why not? It's really cheap to stay on site out in Asia. I think we've paid about £350 for 2 nights at the Universal Hotel, which I thought was quite reasonable, because I just thought the 2 days we're there, we're going to want the shortest walk possible back to our hotel, because we're going to be knackered, because we are going to do as much as we can at Universal. So yes, that is the plan. So tickets for Universal Studios Japan are what they call a studio pass, which I personally love. I think that's a really fun way of saying ticket, but without saying ticket. They usually go on sale about 2 months in advance, so we haven't booked ours just yet, because at the moment we are about 3.5 months out, so I haven't actually booked these yet, but they are on they're on the mind to be booking in, you know, a month or two's time, so they are on the agenda. But yes, they are called studio passes, and because we are there for 2 days, we are going to get a 2-day studio pass. You can get a 1-day studio pass, I think you can even get a 1.5-day studio pass, because I think they let you just enter for the evening sometimes, which is really cool option. So if you want to spend some time in Osaka and then nip to Universal Studios Japan for the evening, you can do so, which I think is great. But we personally are going for 2 full days. We're going to be doing as much as we can and spending as long as possible in the parks. We'll probably get there, you know, really early and then leave really late, but I'm so excited to experience everything that Universal Studios Japan has to offer. It just looks unreal. Completely forgot to say as well, so with the studio passes, you have a couple of different options on how to actually buy them. You can buy them directly from Universal Studios Japan, so you can do this on their official app. The app is great, by the way. I'd really highly recommend that you do download it and get familiar with it before you go. I've spent quite a lot of time on it now, so familiarising myself with the parks, the layout, you know, the food options, what's going on, where the rides are, all that fun stuff. So yes, you can book tickets through the app, but there also is a couple of like official partners that you can buy Universal tickets from too. So the two main ones are probably Klook and Trip.com. I think I'm probably going to use Trip.com because I think it worked out a little bit cheaper than Klook. And with both of those options, you can book in Great British pounds, as opposed to on the Universal Studios app, you have to book in Japanese yen. So if you don't have like a foreign credit card or anything, then you will be charged for using the Universal Studios Japan app. Whereas Klook and Trip.com, you get charged in pounds, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I think Trip.com worked out cheaper for us, so that is probably who I will be booking to when the time comes. And with those two, so Klook and Trip.com, you can link your tickets to the Universal Studios Japan app, and then you'll have a QR code to enter the parks as you would any other park. There are also express pass options for Universal Studios Japan. We personally aren't bothering, which we may live to regret, don't get me wrong, but they don't do like express passes the same as other Universal parks. They basically have loads of different options, so you can buy like a 3 express pass or a 7 express pass. And a lot of them include the Harry Potter rides, which we're not bothered about because we've done them at Universal Studios Orlando, we've done them at Universal Studios Hollywood. So we're not bothered about Harry Potter. But because so many express passes include them, it just feels pointless for us. And the express passes are a lot of money, I'm not going to lie. They are really expensive. Like, some of them are more expensive than a park ticket. But yeah, for us, it doesn't feel worth it. And because we've got 2 full days, we're just going to try and get everything that we want to do done. Like, we'll just have to stand in the queues, and we are going midweek, so we're hoping it'll be okay. There are like a few priorities that we want to make sure that we do, and then other things are just like a bit of a bonus. But yes, we are skipping the express pass this time, but just so you know, it is an option if you don't want to wait in the lines. I am going to do 2 more planning videos for this trip as well. So from Osaka, we will be making our way over to Tokyo, which is so exciting. So I am going to do another one all about how I planned Tokyo. And then from Tokyo, we also head to Shanghai, which is exciting. So it'll be another video all about Shanghai. But from Osaka over to Tokyo, we'll be getting the bullet train, or the Shinkansen, I believe they're called. Don't quote me on that saying as well. And I think it takes around 3 hours. So the morning after our second Universal Studios day, we will be heading over to Tokyo. Probably going to get, like I said, get the bullet train. We might forward our luggage. I haven't quite decided yet, depending on how long it, like if it's the same day it can arrive. So if we send it in the morning, it can arrive same day, we'll probably do it. Or if we need to send it the day before and then pop to the hotel to like dump like a backpack with pyjamas and stuff in, whatever. But yeah, I haven't decided if we're going to forward our luggage for that part yet, because we can take our suitcases on the bullet train with no bother. But yeah, that's how we'll be getting over to Tokyo, which will be the next video you will see about how I planned this trip. But I really, really, really hope that this was helpful. I really, really do. Just purely because it's been a logistical nightmare for me to book and plan this trip. I'm not going to lie. It is a completely new ballpark for me. Like, I'm used to booking holidays. Like, I'm a travel agent, if you didn't already know. I'm used to booking holidays, but I've never booked anything like this. I've never booked Asia. I've never booked Japan. I've never booked China. So booking this for me was really big and scary, and especially because it was like my own trip, because I researched holy hell, like I spent weeks researching this before I even hit book on a single thing, because it was a logistical nightmare, honestly. And because it's such a big trip and we've got 3 different cities that we're going to, it was so hard to do. So that's why I wanted to make this video. So if anyone's thinking of doing a similar trip, it's easier for you guys to think, well, Stacey did this and Stacey did that and Stacey booked this place and Stacey booked through this place and she did this and this and this, just to help you guys book it. And if you do need any help, like I say, I am a fully qualified travel agent. I'm more than happy to help you now that I know how to book, what to book, where to go, and all of that jazz. So if you are looking for a travel agent, do give me a shout. But yes, I really hope this video was helpful. I hope it's going to help someone who is heading out to Japan, heading out to Osaka, and again in the future videos, Tokyo and Shanghai as well. But yes, I really do hope that you found this helpful. And with that, I am going to love you and leave you, and I will catch you in the next one.